Sheffield United 2, Man United 3. Big 3 points for us today, man. We could not afford to mess this up. We just couldn't afford to do it. And you know what? We didn't. And the scoreline looks a lot closer than it actually was. There were some nervy moments. We got off to a crap start. Let's just have it right. It really was a poor start. And it looked like very early on Solskjaer's decision to put to bench David De Gea and put Dean Henderson in looked like it was going to backfire, to be fair. I was a bit annoyed the fact that Ollie said that he planned it from ages ago. Do you know what I mean? Like the fixture list just came out and he went, do you know what, Dino? In 4 months' time when we play Sheffield United at home, away, you're going to play. And in the return fixture, that's the last game of the season, you're going to play again. I just don't like that. I don't want to see you penciling it. Can't just get a calendar out and say you're going to start this game, you're going to start that game. Do you know what I mean? But it looked like it was going to backfire. You know, Maguire gave it back to him, and we created our own problems. And he was silly. He should have just got rid of the ball. And you're thinking, you know what? First couple of minutes, credit to Sheffield United. They were at us. They were energetic. They were fighting. They were pressing. And we kind of needed to ride that storm, and we didn't do it. We didn't settle down for the first couple of minutes. Then we ended up conceding. Then they had another good chance with John Fleck, and then I'm thinking, and that probably, I'm not going to say should have scored, but he probably should have hit the target. So I was worried at that point. But having said that, they regrouped very, very quickly, and I think this is a reflection as to where Sheffield United are in the league. They are there for a reason. When we started knocking balls over the top, there was a couple that were given offside or a couple that were just under hit. You could see the warning signs that were in behind Sheffield United. They don't defend very well for a reason. And I know they don't chip in loads and loads of goals because our goals against are actually quite similar. But you could see their frailties, just like our frailties might be set pieces at the near post. Their frailty was definitely running in behind and putting pressure on them. And you know what? Marcus Rashford took his goal fantastically well. Like, what a sick strike. Brilliant touch, brilliant goal. And we went on from there, really. And that just set the theme for Marcus Rashford. And look, my thing on Marcus Rashford is that I just want to take my time with it. I don't want to put him on a pedestal that he's not there yet. He's young. He's still developing. He still frustrates me because I know that how good he's going to be. And that's on me, really. I need to kind of trying to tame that, because he does that kind of jarring thing where he'll miss some chances, then he'll score some chances. Then he has them games that really frustrate us where he makes the wrong pass or he gets dispossessed, throws his arms up. But when Marcus Rashford is at it, he is at it. And that's what he was tonight. He was electric, took his goal really, really well. And you know what? Once it got to 1-1, I just felt would kick on. I really did feel would kick on. And Paul Pogba, who was absolutely brilliant today, we'll talk about him, played a great ball through to Martial, which some are saying he didn't mean. I mean, look, I've seen the replays. He took a look up as the ball was coming into him, rolled from Bruno, and he puts it into an area that only Paul Pogba would. Do you know what I mean? Paul Pogba, when he's at it, that's a Paul Pogba type pass. I don't think he would have played that safe to Wan-Bissaka. I think he was looking for Martial, but guess what? I don't really care. It was a great pass. And Martial gets a little bit of luck off the keeper, but when it's not going for you, you do actually need that. And he kind of tapped into a pretty much empty net and done really well. So we go into a 2-1, and then you're just thinking, look, we've got to come out second half and go for it. We've got to come out second half and kill the game, because while it's 2-1, you're going to give Sheffield United a reason to feel like they're in the game, because they would be at 2-1. And I wanted to see us go and get that third goal and kill the game. And we did do that. And what a good team move. I mean, Pogba took the absolute piss out of Ampadu. Quick 360 pirouette, laid it off to Bruno. Bruno, little touch around the corner into Mason Greenwood. Greenwood gets cleaned out. And to be fair to Michael Oliver, he actually played a very, very good advantage. Kept the play rolling, and then I think Rashford put it to Martial. Martial kept going. I think it was that. Yeah, I'm sure it was. And then he sets into Rashford, which was probably an accident, but. And Rashford got a bit fortunate as Ramsdale kind of fluffed it with the ball close to his body, and that was 3-1. And you know what? The game was kind of, even after that, we created some good chances. I think Bruno kind of went under the radar today. Not under the radar, but because he didn't get his normal goal and assist, that was the only thing his performance kind of missed today, because some of the passes he was playing was absolutely brilliant. I think Matic got going again more towards the second half, got involved. And And we were comfortable for large chances, but last parts of the game, we created loads of chances, dominated possession like you'd expect. And Ollie picked an attacking team, to be fair to him, and it did work. Mason Greenwood looked lively as well. Maybe not as his usual self, but you know, he got into some really good positions as well and was involved as well. So credit to him. And I'm just pleased we won the game. But then, you know, he makes a couple of substitutions. Some people saying the quality dipped after that. Maybe it did a little bit, but what does worry me is we still concede stupid goals. And I keep saying it because it already has come back to bite us in the arse when you play against better teams, like we did against Leipzig, like we did against PSG. When you make mistakes or you don't clear your lines properly, you get punished. And Sheffield United did that. McGoldrick scored 2 goals against us today, and he hasn't scored. He's not a prolific scorer. He's not. You know, I think he's got 2 goals in the last God knows however many games. But the goal that we concede near the end, it just sums us up. You know what I mean? Lindelof onto McGoldrick's head, scruffy into the back of the net. And then you're thinking, boy, don't United this up. And to be fair to Henderson, even after his mistake in the first half, there's a couple of times in the first half where you wouldn't expect him to get beat, so we're near post, but he's still done his job. There was one from John, I think it was Fleck, where I think that was in the second half. Could have gone through his legs easily. And a good stop at his near post. But the save that Henderson pulls off from Muse in the last minutes of the game made sure we got the 3 points today. And it doesn't tell the whole story. But listen, you have to look at the facts, guys. You have to look at the facts. And whether you think Ollie's the right man or whether you're not sold on how we play and you're going to say don't get excited because Man United will let you down and all of that, you got to go off the facts of where we are in the league. And we're in a very, very good position. You know, it's coming up to Christmas. Don't get me wrong, this Leeds game coming up is a very, very difficult game. And we've got, 6 games in, I think, 16 days coming up. And it's going to be a crucial period. But if we can come out the other end of this and still be within touch and distance with that game in hand thing that we always talk about, you got to give props. You got to give props. I don't think we even need to be talking about the manager and is it the right thing and all of that stuff. Do that at the end of the season. If he's within touch and distance of the top 2 teams, which we are and we have been for quite a long time, he's doing his job. He's doing his job. I think the Champions League tainted it. We obviously didn't want to go out. That pissed us all off, especially only needing 1 point out of 2 games to go through, and we lost both. That was bad. But the league form is what's actually making us kind of forget about that. Do you know what I mean? And Ollie's managed to settle down that Pogba situation. He's got him playing very well. Martial looked like he was confident today. I think he played really well today. He just looked sharp. He looked good. Rashford is starting to come into some form. And I think it's really interesting the fact that there was no Fred McTominay or Luke Shaw today. I think that shows Ollie's thinking for the game. Because I tell you what, against Leeds, because that game is going to be a really difficult game. I envision it being a tough game. We can't start like we did today. We can't start how we've been starting games. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Leeds are that energetic team. They're very fit. They will run and run and run and run. They will press you. And we struggle against that. So it's going to be really interesting. Look, we've got threats of our own. And I'm confident we can shine in that game and we can get 3 points. Of course I am. But we're going to have a plan. It's not, you can't just roll the players out there and just try and, just expect to beat Leeds. They're going to be at it. They got fullbacks that absolutely bomb forward. They've got decent shape. But they do give you a lot of chances. So we have to be ready for that. I don't know whether it is a good move to go just toe-to-toe with them, because we don't really play that. And we want to exploit the space in behind Leeds. So I think we've got to play tactically. We've got to find a balance between not being too static, because they'll overrun you and they can score early. They're fast out the blocks. There's no way Bielsa's going to have them starting slowly and feeling us out and letting us have the ball. Not going to happen. Bielsa only plays one way, and that is all guns blazing, pressing, high energy, fullbacks bombing on, wingers going on, interchange. That is the only way they play. They do not play reserve, conservative football. So we've got to be ready for that. And our home form is not good. What is it? 1 win in 6, I think it is. Not good enough. Not good enough. So it is a big game. And if we can come through that game with the 3 points, then I'm really starting to kind of buy into this notion that, we're in the title race, but it can change. Look, we know it can change at any moment. But it was a good performance today for large parts with some stupid errors. Maguire and Lindelof I thought Lindelof was good today. He got an assist as well for Rashford's goal. Great pick out from him. But those two together, you're just never at ease. You're never very fully confident that you're going to get that done. And that was another one today where we saw that. So look, roll on Leeds, 3 points. The title race continues, I suppose. You've got to have a little bit of optimism. My man of the match, I'm going to give it to Rashford, although I thought Pogba was absolutely brilliant today. He was in second gear because he just had so much space and time, and the quality just shone through. Big shout out to Martial. I thought Bruno played well as well. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Rashford, 2 goals. And yeah, a great time for him to be catching some form. So roll on Sunday against Leeds. I'm out of here.